Ignore this for just 5 minutes and you might wake up tomorrow morning, gasping, clutching your chest, overwhelmed by an agonizing pain you never imagined could happen to you. The innocent breakfast millions trust daily for strength, comfort, and taste could secretly harbor a sinister threat quietly sabotaging your heart health every single day. Every morning, countless people stroll unsuspectingly into their kitchens, frying or boiling eggs, completely unaware that this seemingly harmless habit could spiral into a ticking time bomb of skyrocketing cholesterol, chaotic blood sugar swings, and an imminent cardiac disaster. Think about it: just 2 eggs a day. A routine repeated faithfully for a single month could secretly begin building dangerous blockages in your arteries, setting the stage for a sudden and catastrophic health emergency. You might laugh it off or shrug, thinking eggs are harmless. After all, everyone says they're packed with nutrients, right? But the truth lurking beneath that reassuring shell might be more sinister than you ever imagined. What if those eggs, instead of strengthening your heart, are secretly dragging you toward a dark precipice of chest pains, dizziness, and terrifying episodes of breathlessness? Imagine yourself shopping at the supermarket or driving along a busy road when suddenly a searing sharp pain grips your chest. Your breathing becomes shallow. Panic floods your mind and your vision starts to blur. Within moments, your entire world could collapse, all because of an overlooked danger hidden within your breakfast routine. This isn't mere exaggeration. Real people just like you have faced this exact nightmarish scenario, their lives forever changed by a simple breakfast staple that turned deadly without warning. Don't let yourself become another cautionary tale. Stop ignoring the chilling reality. Eggs can indeed offer nourishment, but only if you navigate their hidden dangers carefully. Continue watching because the critical information that follows could be the difference between vibrant health and a tragic, unexpected end. Transition. A brief clinical story. Consider Deborah, a 49-year-old marketing professional who always started her day with 2 fried eggs and toast. She was never a fan of sugary cereals, so she thought her breakfast choice was perfectly healthy. Over the course of a year, she noticed minor chest twinges, occasional dizziness, and spikes in her blood pressure. Convinced her meal was irreproachable, she never even told her physician about it. One morning, Deborah experienced a sudden crushing pain in her left arm while preparing a report. She ended up in the emergency room, stunned to learn that her lipid profile had become severely unbalanced. This isn't a condemnation of eggs themselves, but rather a stark reminder that without certain guardrails, even nutritious foods can contribute to the perfect storm of health complications. Deborah, it turned out, had a family history of heart disease that her physician had warned about, but she underestimated the synergy between her genetic risk and her daily dietary choices. By the time she sought help, her doctors had to intervene aggressively to stabilize her condition. Today, she still enjoys eggs, but with precise serving guidelines and physician-approved strategies. Her story underscores that any single food, even a so-called superfood, can become risky if your overall approach is flawed. Let's clarify: 2 eggs a day is not automatically a death sentence. Yet if, like Deborah, you're unaware of how your body processes fats and cholesterol, you might be gambling with high stakes. Genetics, lifestyle, existing conditions, and portion sizes all come into play. Eggs can certainly bolster your well-being, but a certain subset of people must proceed with caution. This is your chance to protect yourself by learning exactly why eggs can be hero or villain and how you can tip the balance in your favor. Science: how eggs impact your body. At their core, eggs are nutritional powerhouses with high-quality protein, essential vitamins, and beneficial minerals. They contain amino acids your body cannot manufacture on its own, meaning they're an efficient way to support muscle maintenance, immune resilience, and tissue repair. Various B vitamins such as B12 and B6 help regulate your energy levels and the production of red blood cells. The robust presence of vitamin D also assists with bone integrity, especially important if you live in a region with limited sunlight. Furthermore, the choline found in egg yolks promotes healthy brain function and fetal development, a nutrient sometimes overlooked in typical diets. However, a hidden complexity involves dietary cholesterol. One egg, including the yolk, carries a notable dose of cholesterol, nearly 186 milligrams in a large egg. For most individuals, scientific evidence suggests that dietary cholesterol doesn't automatically raise serum cholesterol to harmful levels. The Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health 2020 study. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition states that in moderate amounts, eggs don't consistently lead to increased risk of heart complications, but the key term is moderate, and personal circumstances can shift this dynamic dramatically. If you already wrestle with conditions like familial hypercholesterolemia or advanced type 2 diabetes, your system's capacity to process dietary cholesterol might be reduced. In some cases, daily consumption of yolks can exacerbate your vulnerability to heart-related episodes. According to the World Health Organization (WHO) updated data in 2021, the interplay between dietary factors and genetic predisposition is crucial in determining whether your daily eating pattern becomes a stepping stone to stable health or a slippery slope to serious cardiovascular events. That's why listening to general advice like eggs are good for everyone without consulting your physician is a risky path. Alongside cholesterol, the presence of healthy fats in eggs can become problematic if prepared incorrectly. Saturated fats abundant in certain cooking methods like frying eggs in large quantities of butter can combine with dietary cholesterol to wreak havoc on sensitive arteries. Yet eggs also offer monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats that can be protective, helping reduce systemic inflammation. The difference comes down to how you prepare and pair your eggs, combine them with a balanced plate of vegetables and whole grains, and you leverage the good side of those fats. Pair them with processed meats and heaps of cheese, and you might stoke the embers of underlying vascular issues. Choline, found mainly in yolks, is a critical player in neurotransmitter function, memory, and mood regulation. It supports vital brain pathways, and according to Dr. Michael Greger, 2019 Nutrition Facts, org is particularly beneficial for pregnant women. Meanwhile, antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin can help preserve vision and reduce age-related eye problems. They specifically accumulate in the retina to defend your eyes against harmful light. From boosting cognition to potentially preserving your eyesight, these crucial substances highlight just how potent an egg yolk can be when used wisely. Protein power is another reason 2 eggs a day might be appealing. Each one offers around 6 grams of complete protein, meaning it includes all the amino acids vital for cell repair and muscle growth. This attribute also helps keep you feeling full, potentially curbing the urge to snack on sugary treats later. Indeed, many diets incorporate eggs to control calorie intake and reduce overall cravings. But if you add the wrong elements like excessive cheese or fatty bacon, this benefit can be overshadowed by an overload of fat and sodium. A final scientific note concerns blood sugar management. Eggs, with their low carbohydrate content, don't provoke the same dramatic spikes in glucose that come from high-carb breakfasts. This can be especially helpful for individuals grappling with prediabetes or insulin resistance. A steady, slow release of energy helps you maintain consistent activity levels without the fatigue that mid-morning sugar crashes can bring. Nevertheless, over-reliance on eggs without balancing other important food groups could mean you miss out on beneficial fibers and phytonutrients found in fruits and vegetables. So a balanced strategy remains key. Tumanainan. Action Plan Daily Checklist. Follow-ups and meal targets. Now that you see the potential interplay between eggs and your heart, let's outline a safe, systematic approach for your daily routine. First, consult your physician if you have a family history of high cholesterol, heart disease, or diabetes. This is non-negotiable. You need personalized insights. Once you have the green light, consider adopting a balanced weekly plan. If you love 2 eggs a day, pair them with fiber-rich vegetables and a slice of whole grain toast. Avoid cooking methods that drown your eggs in butter or processed oils. Instead, use moderate amounts of heart-friendly olive oil or simply boil or poach them. Include at least 3 servings of leafy greens, spinach, kale, or Swiss chard throughout your day, whether in an omelet, side dish, or salad. The extra antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals can offset any potential downsides from the egg's cholesterol. Set a weekly cholesterol check if you have the tools at home, or schedule periodic blood tests. Keep track of changes in your lipid profile so you can adjust your diet accordingly. Hydration is also essential. Water ensures your system metabolizes nutrients more efficiently and reduces the burden on vital organs. For an extra layer of protection, pay attention to your sodium intake. Eggs themselves aren't loaded with salt, but the way people season them often is. A quick dash of salt might seem harmless, yet repeated day after day, it can become a silent accomplice in high blood pressure. Try seasoning with herbs like basil, oregano, or paprika. Instead, combine your eggs with peppers, onions, mushrooms, or spinach for a dish that's both flavorful and nutrient-dense without piling on harmful additives. Establish a follow-up schedule. If you're completely healthy with no significant risk factors, aim for an annual checkup that includes a lipid panel. If you're at moderate or high risk due to family history or existing conditions, schedule quarterly or semi-annual blood work. Keep a food journal for at least 4 weeks, document how your body feels after each meal, and check for changes like energy fluctuations or bloating. By systematically tracking data, you gain the power to make precise beneficial adjustments. A practical meal target might look like this. In the morning, boil 2 eggs and combine them with a cup of sautéed spinach. Pair that with a small bowl of oats sprinkled with berries for extra fiber, or a slice of whole grain toast. Lunch can include a lean protein source like salmon or legumes, and dinner might integrate more vegetables or beans. If you're mindful, you can preserve the high protein, high vitamin advantage of eggs while warding off the potential traps. Consistency is vital using your action plan. Each day ensures your routine doesn't quietly drift into harm's way. Call to comment. Have you ever noticed a sign? Comment, I feel it. If you relate, I'm safe. If not, and add a question for the doctor. This is where our community comes together to share firsthand experiences, health triumphs, and also those red flag warnings that someone else needs to hear. By discussing your concerns and victories, you could guide a fellow viewer toward a healthier path. Let us know if you've spotted any worrisome clues or if you have a nagging question about your own heart health journey. Tranquility, virality enhancers. Sometimes the missing spark in health discussions is the fear factor of ignoring a subtle symptom until it's too late. That's exactly what we need to address. The urgent reason you must take control of your breakfast routine. To truly amplify the urgency, let's introduce a 24-hour challenge. Starting tomorrow, record everything you eat for breakfast. At the end of those 24 hours, see if you can spot hidden traps, maybe extra sodium, excessive oils, or a lack of fiber that could interact with your egg consumption in unfavorable ways. For a longer commitment, consider a 7-day checklist you can share with family and friends. Each day, try a different cooking method. Boil on day 1, poach on day 2, scramble lightly with spinach on day 3, and so forth. Keep track of how you feel. Are you energized, bloated, or experiencing irregular heart palpitations? Sharing this checklist encourages conversation, sparks friendly competition, and helps others learn how simple tweaks can drastically change the health equation. By uniting as a group, you'll build momentum and accountability. To stoke that sense of shared destiny, let's discuss 3 anonymized case studies that illustrate both dangers and successes. 1. Marco, 58, truck driver. He used to eat 2 fried eggs every morning with sausage. Gradually, he noticed a tightness in his chest by midday. A doctor visit revealed dangerously high LDL bad cholesterol. After switching to poached eggs and adding a small fruit salad, his numbers improved within 2 months and the chest strain subsided. Second, Nina, 35, office worker. She integrated 2 scrambled eggs with veggies into her daily breakfast to control her constant snacking. However, she overcompensated by loading up on cheese and butter. The result was persistent indigestion and unexpected weight gain. By cutting down on the add-ons and adding more greens, she finally stabilized her weight and felt lighter. 4-3 to Oliver, 70, retired. Diagnosed with prediabetes and mild hypertension, he decided to eat 2 hard-boiled eggs daily, but also introduced daily 20-minute walks. His blood sugar levels showed improvement, and his doctor cut back his medication. Had he continued ignoring his physician's instructions, he risked further complications. These stories show that the same food, 2 eggs a day, can lead to very different outcomes depending on your bigger picture approach. Please remember, these experiences don't replace professional guidance. Consult your physician if you identify with any part of these individuals' journeys. It's crucial to understand that controlling risk factors like high LDL or rising glucose is a marathon, not a sprint. When in doubt, keep the conversation open with medical professionals. Heart disease often develops stealthily, so consistent vigilance is a necessity, not a luxury. SAR 1. Deep dive into egg benefits and risks. Keeping the fear factor in focus. Let's pivot momentarily to the bigger scientific perspective on how eggs can either protect or jeopardize your heart. Studies suggest that moderate egg consumption might raise levels of HDL good cholesterol, which helps transport harmful lipids out of your arteries. When balanced, this leads to a net positive effect on blood vessel health. But imagine a scenario where you have borderline high LDL levels. 2 eggs a day consistently over time could push that borderline into a red zone, especially if the rest of your diet's also rich in saturated fats. Inflammation is another piece of the puzzle. Chronic inflammation can inflame arterial walls, laying the groundwork for blockages. Foods high in antioxidants such as vegetables, fruits, and certain cereals are your allies in this fight. Eggs can contribute beneficial micronutrients that help quell some types of inflammation. But if you're cooking them in pro-inflammatory oils or pairing them with processed meats, you might be canceling out those advantages. Always keep your eyes on the ratio of protective to harmful substances in a single meal. Even if you've stayed healthy so far, your age and genetic predisposition can twist the rules. When you're younger, your body may cope better with occasional indulgences. But as time goes on, you might accumulate silent damage that doesn't show up in your test results until much later. This is where the fear factor isn't just hype. It's a real phenomenon where small, everyday decisions compound into a formidable threat to your circulatory system. Early intervention is always superior to frantic, last-minute attempts at damage control. Let's also talk about insulin sensitivity. According to certain data from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, eggs may enhance insulin response in those who combine them with a balanced low glycemic index diet. If your meals are structured around lean proteins, whole grains, and vegetables, those 2 eggs might help keep your pancreas from overworking. But if your lifestyle revolves around sugary drinks, pastries, and refined carbs, then the positive effect might be overshadowed by rampant glucose spikes. You must view egg intake through the lens of your entire nutritional pattern, not just in isolation. Some may point out that numerous cultures across the world incorporate eggs as a staple without suffering catastrophic health issues. That's partly true in places where eggs coexist with nutrient-dense produce, beans, and whole grains. Individuals can thrive. Yet in many modern diets, eggs might be drowned in butter, cheese, or processed sauces. Combine that with limited exercise and constant stress, and you have a recipe for metabolic chaos. The caution here is not to demonize eggs, but to approach them with context-driven wisdom. Beauty benefits and cholesterol balance. One often celebrated reason to eat 2 eggs daily is their potential impact on hair, skin, and nail health. Proteins and vitamins like biotin can promote stronger strands, a healthy scalp, and more resilient nails. If you are deficient in these nutrients, adding eggs could yield noticeable benefits within weeks. On the flip side, if you're already overshooting your daily fats or have an imbalanced diet, you might sabotage these aesthetic gains by triggering inflammation-based skin issues. The trick is ensuring that the additional nutrients do not come with an overload of harmful fats or excessive calories. Biotin plays a substantial role in metabolic processes that affect how your body uses fats and carbohydrates. This vitamin helps keep your skin hydrated and your nails less prone to splitting. Many hair care products on the market tout biotin as a top ingredient, and eggs happen to be one of the most affordable and bioavailable sources. Yet if you think you can double or triple your egg intake and get double or triple the benefit, proceed with caution. Overconsumption can backfire, especially if your body can't properly manage the extra cholesterol or calories. Zinc and selenium, both found in eggs, act as antioxidants that protect cells from oxidative stress. They also support immune function, meaning your body has better defenses against infections and can potentially repair daily wear and tear faster. But these benefits are only fully realized when your overall lifestyle nurtures good health, adequate sleep, moderate exercise, and minimal exposure to harmful chemicals or smoke. If you neglect those other lifestyle elements, 2 eggs daily won't save you from deeper health concerns. Your body is a complex machine, and eggs are just one cog within it. To 1. Common mistakes and food safety concerns. Mistakes that amplify the risk lurking behind 2 eggs a day are more common than you might think. For instance, ignoring a small crack in the shell could expose you to salmonella, which can result in severe gastrointestinal distress. Another oversight is failing to wash your hands after handling raw eggs, potentially spreading pathogens to the rest of your kitchen. Even the way you store them matters. Some experts recommend keeping them in the coolest part of your refrigerator, not in the door shelf that sees temperature fluctuations. When you're dealing with a product that can harbor bacteria, every detail counts. Overcooking eggs is another pitfall. While you might love a well-done fried egg, scorching the yolk can degrade temperature-sensitive nutrients like lutein. Likewise, repeatedly exposing eggs to extremely high heat might form compounds that are less than desirable for cardiovascular health. Soft and gentle cooking methods like poaching or quick scrambling can better preserve essential antioxidants. Try to approach your meal as a delicate balance. You want to kill harmful bacteria, but also safeguard the nutritional integrity within the yolk and whites. Storing eggs past their prime is a hidden hazard. A simple test is to place the egg in a bowl of water. If it floats, it's likely too old. Slight vertical standing at the bottom can still be okay, but a full float is a red flag. For maximum nutrition and safety, opt for fresh batches. Fresh eggs also taste better, and you can reduce the likelihood of microbial exposure or compromised shells. Different egg types and possible alternatives. Chicken eggs might dominate your grocery aisle, but quail and duck eggs are also available in certain markets. Quail eggs pack more iron and phosphorus per gram and can be a fun addition to salads or specialty dishes. Duck eggs, bigger and often creamier, deliver a higher dose of protein and fat, which can be advantageous for those needing extra calories for active lifestyles. However, if you're watching your fat intake or have certain medical conditions, be mindful that duck eggs can quickly ramp up the total. Always consider your personal health profile before trying these variants. What if you must avoid eggs entirely due to allergies or ethical preferences? Options like chia seeds and flax seeds combined with water can mimic egg consistency in baked goods. Mashed banana or applesauce adds moisture and binding power to muffins or pancakes. Silken tofu can be an egg substitute in scrambles or quiches, providing a high-protein alternative. If you're worried about losing out on the nutrients eggs provide, consider pairing these substitutes with fortified plant-based milks or cereals enriched with vitamins and minerals. Plant-based proteins like lentils, chickpeas, and black beans can also fill the gap if eggs are off your plate. These foods offer fiber which eggs lack, helping you maintain a healthy digestive system. Additionally, many legumes contain iron and folate, essential for red blood cell formation and cellular repair. The key is to balance your nutritional needs, ensuring you're not missing out on the beneficial elements of eggs while avoiding the potential pitfalls. If you have any doubt, consult your physician or a dietitian to craft a meal plan that aligns with your medical status and ethical choices. Amplifying fear, but with actionable solutions. Let's heighten the fear factor for a moment. Imagine you're jogging one day and suddenly feel an intense radiating pain in your jaw and left shoulder. You might dismiss it as fatigue, but it could be an alarm that arterial plaque is building up, narrowing the vessels inch by inch. If you've relied on a daily egg habit without checking your lipids and ignoring your cooking methods, you could be inadvertently fueling this ticking time bomb. The real horror is that many people don't realize how precarious their situation is until they're on the floor clutching their chest, wishing they had acted sooner. This is your wake-up call to adopt a thorough strategy. But why linger in fear when we can convert it into motivation for rigorous, decisive action? The solutions are within reach. Consult your physician, request regular lipid panel screenings, and track your dietary intake. If results show you're safely in the normal range, you can keep enjoying those daily 2 eggs, mindful, of course, of the cooking style. If results raise red flags, you might need to adjust portion sizes or cooking techniques, or even reduce frequency. This is not about scaring you away from eggs. It's about empowering you to take full control and avoid regrets. Are you prepared to face the possibility of losing your independence or your ability to work simply because of an overlooked detail in your breakfast routine? That stark scenario might come to pass if minor chest twinges or sporadic bouts of breathlessness are brushed off. These subtle hints are your body's method of sounding the alarm. If you do discover early warning signs, don't panic. Use them to pivot into a well-monitored regimen. Knowledge is your shield, but only if you're willing to wield it diligently. Yes, sir. Revisiting the 24-hour challenge. Share and compare. We introduced the 24-hour challenge earlier, and now let's delve deeper. Over the next day, observe exactly how you cook and consume eggs or any other breakfast. Write down everything else that shares space on your plate, whether it's a slice of avocado, a dash of salt, or a strip of bacon. Review the entire composition from a nutritional perspective. Do you see hidden sugar in your coffee creamer or an extra pat of butter that you forgot to account for? The idea is to catch stealthy additions that escalate risks. Once the day is up, share your findings with at least one friend, family member, or online community. Encourage them to do the same. By swapping stories, you might notice patterns you'd never pick up on by yourself. Some people realize they habitually add cheese without measuring effectively, doubling the saturated fat in their meal. Others might find that their healthy meal is overshadowed by sugary juices or pastries. Compare and learn from each other together. You forge a stronger defense against the creeping threat of heart trouble. If you discover glaring issues, don't blame yourself. Instead, channel that surprise into a determination to correct course. If you find your egg meal is a silent vessel for too much salt or hidden trans fats, the solution might be as simple as adjusting your seasonings. Maybe you'll swap bacon for a tomato-based salsa or a side of antioxidant-rich berries. Use that knowledge to craft a safer, smarter breakfast routine. This small step can dramatically shift your risk trajectory over time. 7-day checklist for egg enthusiasts. Let's cement the learning with a structured 7-day checklist. Each day, use a different egg preparation method, ensuring you only apply minimal oils, and pair your eggs with nutrient-rich sides. On day 1, try 2 boiled eggs with a handful of spinach and a slice of whole grain toast. On day 2, experiment with a poached egg on a bed of sautéed tomatoes, onions, and bell peppers. Document every change in how you feel: energy, focus, any digestive discomfort, or chest tightness. Continue to day 3 with a light scramble in olive oil, tossing in mushrooms and chopped kale. Day 4 could be a single soft-boiled egg, plus a small portion of avocado to supply healthy fats. On day 5, scramble with a teaspoon of coconut oil and an assortment of spices like turmeric and black pepper. Day 6, an omelet with onions, a sprinkle of low-fat cheese, and a side of seasonal fruit. Day 7, revisit your favorite method from days 1 to 6, but adjust portion sizes if necessary depending on your body's reactions. Throughout the week, track not just your meals but also your water intake, physical activity, and any stressors that arise. Compare your energy levels, weigh any noticeable changes in mood or skin clarity, and remain vigilant about chest sensations or elevated heart rate. At the end of day 7, review your notes. Did you find a method that left you feeling more balanced? Is there a cooking technique that triggered bloating or fatigue? This final step is crucial for personalizing your long-term egg strategy. Chusanto. Quotes from renowned experts institutions. 1. World Health Organization Dukchu 2021 report. Diet remains a pivotal influence on chronic disease moderation, and a variety of nutrient sources often prove more impactful than a narrow focus on individual items. Truyudu's Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health 2020 study. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Egg consumption in moderate amounts did not show a statistically significant link to increased cardiovascular disease for the majority of healthy participants. 3. Dr. Michael Greger, Nutrition Researcher 2019, nutritionfacts.org. It's crucial to evaluate the full dietary picture. Rather than demonizing or glorifying any single food, eggs can fit well within a balanced regimen if you account for overall cholesterol limits. These quotes reinforce that context is key. Even among experts, the emphasis remains on balance, moderation, and ongoing medical evaluation. Quote, why consulting a physician matters. By now, you may realize that 2 eggs a day is a nuanced habit. For some, it's beneficial, providing an easy source of complete protein and essential nutrients. For others with pre-existing conditions, it can fast-track complications. Rather than gamble with your heart's well-being, always consult your physician, especially if your health records flag you for elevated risk. A doctor's oversight combined with your informed vigilance can help ensure that those 2 eggs sustain rather than sabotage your vitality. Your physician might look at your blood tests and see potential issues beyond just LDL cholesterol, like triglycerides, HDL levels, inflammatory markers, and more dietary advice that works for your neighbor may fail miserably for you, given unique genetic, metabolic, and lifestyle factors. This is why self-prescribing any dietary protocol based solely on popular videos or articles is hazardous. Use the knowledge gleaned here as a foundation, then refine it under professional supervision. No single approach applies universally. Your best route is personalized, data-driven, and medically approved. If you have a stubborn health problem that never seems to resolve, it might be connected to a dietary component you overlooked. For instance, migraines, joint pains, or digestive discomforts can sometimes correlate to specific triggers in your meals. Eggs might not be the culprit, but in some cases they could be. If your doctor sees a pattern, you can conduct a structured elimination trial or switch to alternatives for a few weeks to see how your body responds. This guided process gives you clarity and control, preventing unproductive guesswork. Recap of potential egg benefits. 1. High-quality protein. Great for muscle repair and sustained energy. 2. Shoreline, vital for brain health, memory, and even fetal development. 3. Antioxidants. Lutein and zeaxanthin can protect vision and reduce certain inflammatory processes. 4. Vitamins and minerals. Offers vitamin D for bones, B vitamins for energy, and minerals like selenium that help defend immune cells. 5. Weight management. The protein in eggs supports satiety and can reduce overall daily calorie intake when used wisely. These perks are undoubtedly real, but let's not forget their interplay with saturated fat and dietary cholesterol. This interplay becomes riskier if you fail to incorporate fiber-fresh produce and healthy cooking methods into your lifestyle. The difference between using eggs for robust health and courting danger is often found in the details portion: control cooking style and synergy with other foods. If you're mindful of these aspects, eggs can truly shine as a valuable addition to your regimen. But lose sight of them, and you might awaken dormant health threats. It's also worth noting that many communities successfully integrate eggs into their diets without epidemic levels of heart disease. Their secret often lies in balancing eggs with copious plant-based foods. Think tomatoes, onions, spinach, peppers, and engaging in regular physical activity. The synergy of a well-rounded meal plan and an active lifestyle can buffer any potential negative effects from moderate egg consumption. So if your pattern mirrors that healthy synergy, you can breathe easier. Otherwise, you risk letting daily egg consumption become part of an overall unbalanced blueprint. Antidote. Enduring fears, egg-related heart attack scenarios. Why still mention the possibility of a heart attack if eggs can be healthy? Because ignoring fundamental risk factors like insufficient exercise, poorly managed cholesterol, or genetic predisposition turns any consumption of high cholesterol foods into a gamble. Picture plaque building up year after year inside your arteries, narrowing the passage of blood until a clot suddenly obstructs the flow. The result, a life-altering or even life-ending event. By addressing the problem early through balanced egg intake, proper meal planning, and medical oversight, you can protect yourself from becoming yet another statistic. The real tragedy is often the regret people feel when they realize they had the information, yet chose to ignore it. We see it countless times. Once a person has a near miss or an actual cardiac event, they vow to revamp their meals overnight. But you don't have to wait until your body issues an ultimatum. Use this script as a wake-up call. Implement the checklists, do the challenges, consult your physician. Fear is a powerful motivator if you let it drive you towards rational, constructive change. If someone you know has experienced a cardiac event, you might see the emotional and physical toll it takes. They might require daily medication, frequent checkups, or even major surgeries. It's a far cry from the free and easy life they once enjoyed, all because they thought small dietary habits didn't matter. Let their experience inform you. Daily behaviors accumulate over time, for better or for worse. Narrowing potential symptoms to watch out for. Now, no one is saying you should panic over every little ache, but remain alert. If you sense pressure in your chest that worsens with activity or notice unusual breathlessness, consider discussing it with a healthcare provider. Sudden fatigue after eating could be related to poor nutrient balance in your meals. Likewise, persistent digestive discomfort might signal a food sensitivity or an over-reliance on certain ingredients. When in doubt, get a professional opinion rather than turning to guesswork. For those predisposed to heart disease, tracking blood pressure and heart rate regularly is crucial. If 2 eggs a day are a staple in your kitchen, keep an eye on how your vitals respond over several weeks. Do you see a gradual rise in blood pressure? Maybe you're inadvertently increasing your sodium intake through heavy seasoning, or perhaps you're adding rich side dishes that sabotage the meal's healthy potential. Document patterns so you can address them promptly. Another subtle sign to watch for is constantly feeling overly full or sluggish after your morning meal. Eggs, especially if prepared with heavy oils, can linger and cause sluggishness if combined with a high-fat diet overall. Some individuals also experience uncomfortable bloating. By paying attention to these clues, you can refine your approach, maybe by switching to poached eggs or adjusting portion sizes. The critical element is not ignoring your body's signals. So much as who wants. Conclusion, you've made it to the end of our deep dive, so let's recap the 3 critical takeaways. Rapid fire style, monitor your risk factors, check family history, consult your physician, and schedule regular screenings to identify any red flags early. Be balanced. Ensure your 2 eggs a day. Sit alongside vegetables, whole grains, and mindful cooking methods. Stay alert. Listen to your body's cues, chest tightness, blood sugar fluctuations, or digestive discomfort, and adjust accordingly. If you found this script illuminating, hit the like button. Subscribe for more health warnings and practical tips, and share with someone who might need a jolt of caution. Finally, here's a question to keep the conversation alive. What's the single biggest reason you consider changing your breakfast habits right now? Stay informed, stay vigilant, and remember, fear can save your life if it leads you to take the right actions. Keep learning and always consult your physician before making dramatic shifts to your routine. Together, let's reclaim breakfast as a source of strength, not an agent of harm.